Gold has officially hit $4,000, or gold futures has officially hit $4,000 for the first time in history. Now, on the surface, if you're a gold investor or if you own some gold, you might say this is a fantastic thing. And yes, it is for gold investors. With that said, what it signifies or what it indicates isn't actually that good. As always, my name is Derek. I got my degree in finance. You don't have to. Let's talk about it. And I'll keep this video short and brief because I just want to provide you with an update. So, gold usually increases for one main reason, and that is instability. Now, yes, obviously the main reason is because people are buying it, but people buy it because of instability and because other safe haven assets aren't as safe anymore. Now, one of the major safe haven assets is the US dollar or US Treasuries. And both of those right now are perceived as less safe than they usually are. Now, that is for many reasons. One is the looming giant national debt crisis that is going to happen at some point in the future. Whether that's in 5 years or 50 years, who knows? It really depends on how much we can increase our GDP. But when we lose that ability due to population slowing down, which it already is happening, or innovation slowing down, which is already happening, once that happens, this looming debt crisis is going to be a problem. Not only that, the Federal Reserve is now continuing its path to lower FFR, federal funds rate, and thus lower interest rates. When you lower interest rates on assets like US Treasuries, they become less lucrative or less attractive to investors in a time where these assets are already not seen as safe as they once were. So investors flee. Now, they usually flee to things like precious metals because they are great hedges against inflation, and they are tangible. Now, futures aren't tangible, but the actual gold asset is tangible. And people alike, investors, or people and investors alike, they like the ability to have a tangible asset, similar to real estate. So this is record-breaking. This is history in the making. This has not happened before. And right now, I guess the next question would be, should you invest in gold, or am I investing in gold? And of course, I got to preface this with saying this is not financial advice, okay? You should talk to your financial advisor because every single one of you has a different financial situation, both money-wise as well as how close you are to retirement. With that said, you already have institutions like Bank of America saying that, hey, we might be getting some uptrend exhaustion here because we just broke $4,000. So maybe they're cautioning against investing in gold. On the other hand, you have people like Ray Dalio, who is a fantastically and well-regarded investor and in the financial space. And he is saying his investors should have up to 15% of their portfolio in gold. So you have, both sides. In my opinion, I think Bank of America is right. You're going to have some short-term volatility because this is record-breaking. With that said, Ray Dalio is also right because in the long term, 5 years, 10 years out, the short-term instability doesn't really matter. So as with most things when it comes to investing for your future, if you have a time horizon that is long, then you're likely going to be okay. Now, am I investing in gold? Not heavily. I do still think that assets like stocks are going to outperform. And the reason for that is, again, because the Federal Reserve just cut interest rates. And when you have a cheaper monetary policy, guess what does well? All assets. But the stock market really does well. It likes cheap money. And real estate also tends to do well. In fact, if you look at just the data, 100% of the time over the last, I believe, 10 or 20 interest rate cuts, a year later, the stock market is up. And yes, there are exceptions to every rule, but right now it is, in my opinion, a strong likelihood that stocks are going to outperform over the next year. Now, with that said, we have some major instability when it comes to the world stage, which is why gold is doing well. So that, of course, could negatively affect the stock market. We have conflicts right now in Ukraine. We have sanctions on Russian oil. We have tariffs left and right over all types of different goods from the Trump administration and the current administration when it comes to tariffing is probably only going to continue down the line. So could stocks suffer? Could some of these companies suffer when it comes to their tariffs Raw materials, maybe. But I do think that in general, stocks are going to outperform. Again, I don't want to drag this video out too long for no reason. I just wanted to provide you guys with an update because this is record breaking. If you like personal finance, world economics, and investing, then you're in the right place. Please consider subscribing. It helps the channel out tremendously. It's difficult to grow here on YouTube, so every subscription means the world to me. With that said, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your video or a day, and I will see you in the next video. Usually it's weekly, but lately, because there's so much economic news going on, it's like maybe a few times a week. So hope to see you in the next video. Take care.